You're watching Everfree Radio.
You're watching Everfree Radio.
You're watching Everfree Radio.
Yeah, while they're letting people in.
Yep.
Let's do it.
And now, Everfree Radio presents Stay Brony, my friends, with DustyKatt.
Oh, hey, hi, how you doing? It's Monday evening here on Everfree Radio, if you hadn't guessed. And I am your faithful servant, DustyKatt, along with my special guest, Mr. Bobby Knorr. Bobby, you there?
Hey, everybody.
Woohoo! Bobby's here. And you're like on family vacation off in Colorado, correct? Bob?
Excuse me?
You're off in Colorado, aren't you?
Yeah, right now I'm in beautiful Golden, Colorado on vacation with my family.
That's where the Rocky Mountain water is.
Definitely.
The Rocky Mountain water. The spring that makes the banquet beer. Coors.
Actually, funny story about that. We were about to go to the Coors tour. The factory's literally like a block away.
Yeah.
Huge factory.
Mm-hmm.
But my parents were a bit beat from the trip. Driving down 6-degree inclines, it's pretty scary in the rain.
Yeah,
so.
it is. Yeah. I drove that in my Ford Ranger in 1991. Going down the 6%. Yeah. It wasn't happy. Wasn't fun. But anyway, Rob is the producer, project guy, lead for all those wonderful cartoons, Epic Everything Time, Epic Cupcake, Epic Pie, and Epic Wub. So, if you don't know who he is, which I highly doubt, but I've put together this little 2-minute teaser for you people. So, why don't you all watch this, and we'll be back in about 2.
I'm going to...
I'm gonna give you plot holes a chance. What do you say we play a little... Apples or rules? Your pony draws until it hits the ground.
Points do I receive?
When we crank that bass up to 11, it cleans off the dishes on a microscopic level. called me a bitch!
Next time, we eat Skrillex.
How was that? So that was all of the Epic Wub Time, Epic Cupcake Time, Epic Pie Time all cut together. A little sneaker in there. Did you figure out which scene was the sneak scene? And that was put to Bronafide's Epic Metal Medley of some of the fan-produced works out there. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Bobby.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you're there. So tell me a bit about producing these things. I mean, these things are huge. You got a lot of people involved. Tell me about some of your crew.
Well, I guess it all started, originally started just me and Evan. I do audio mixing, stuff like that. I know a lot of voice actors from some cartoon fan dubs I used to do back in the day. So one day, I was really into Pony, and I was also really into Epic Mealtime. So I came up with a short script with a few friends, and we kind of threw together this Epic Cupcake Time, basically just a parody of Epic Mealtime, and it used to be a radio play. So we just kind of had that out. It got 40,000 hits. And then my animator, who I've become really good friends with, his name's Evan. He lives in Australia.
Right.
He also goes by No More Than 9 on YouTube. He came up to me and he's like, "Hey, do I have permission to animate this?" And I was like, "Sure, send me what you got." And he made Epic Cupcake Time, which I was just blown away by.
Yeah.
And I sent it to a few people, including the guys actually from Epic Mealtime, and they reposted it, and it went completely viral. I mean, it went everywhere.
I'm surprised that they actually liked it. I mean, they don't seem like the kind of guys that would repost something like that. But it's more power to them. Nice of them to do that.
Actually, at one point, I was emailing Harley about it, and we, for the second one, Epic Pie Time, originally, we were actually going to work together.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, they had a I think a pilot they had to do. I heard they had some project coming up, so things didn't really pan out. So we went a different direction with Epic Pie Time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those guys are freaking bees. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, after I did my my cooking special, they said, "Oh, you should hook up with Epic, Epic Mealtime." It's like, yeah, those guys don't want me. They're too busy with their own stuff. It's like, yeah, right. Where do you live originally? I don't really remember.
I live near Chicago.
Chicago.
It's a town 50 miles south of it in Chicagoland called Crown Point.
Crown Point. So you guys are like on the epic family adventure.
Yeah, we drove cross country from Chicago through Missouri, New Mexico, Arizona to Las Vegas, which we stayed at for 5 days.
Wow.
And then we're heading back through the north, so Colorado, Nebraska, the Dakotas, and Iowa.
Ah, okay. You have to stop. Oh, wow. If you're going through South Dakota in the next couple of weeks, watch out for the motorcycles. Because it's Sturgis time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yes.
We're probably going to be going through Dakota Wednesday?
Wednesday. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. The Sturgis is a couple of weeks away, so we'll probably be through it long before then. Yeah, because in about a couple of weeks, it's all motorcycles all the time over there. So your production, you do some voices too, right?
Yeah, I did the voice for, I guess, Pliskin Twilight in our little throwback to Escape from LA.
Yeah.
And I also do the Jason Statham-esque pony in Epic Wub Time.
Ah, awesome. I really like the whole Snake Plissken thing because I grew up in that era when that film first came out. So I'm like, as soon as I saw Twilight, it was like, that's Snake Plissken. And everyone goes, no, it's this. No, that's Snake Plissken. That's Snake. And then
the thing is, a lot of people say it's Solid Snake, and the thing is that Solid Snake is based off of Snake Plissken from Escape from New York.
Right.
So it's kind of, even if you say it's related to this, it's still related to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's I love him and everything. I have this Big Trouble in Little Canterlot in my head that I want to do. which is Big Trouble in Little China, by the way. If anybody hasn't seen that movie, go see it. It's a freaking roar. It's really funny. So you've gone to pie, you've gone to cupcake, and you've gone to wubbing. Okay, and you wubbed one out. So now you're going to Jackie Chan Adventures?
Yes.
Jackie Chan. That's incomprehensible. That you would throw Jackie Chan in with Pony in with Epic Mealtime. What's going on here?
Well, the thing is that once we got to Epic Wub Time,
yeah,
it's part of the Epic Pony Time series, but we wanted to kind of start pulling away from Epic Mealtime because everybody's expecting, oh, what food are you going to do next? And I was like, I don't really want to do a food. I want to do something that's... I mean, Epic Pie Time really took heavily from Epic Mealtime, and I wanted to do something that was more original to its base and didn't require food. Yeah. So originally we were going to have Epic Fun Time with Luna, but things kind of
devolved.
The voice actress we had for Luna kind of flaked out, and the whole thing just didn't really end up happening. So instead we decided a lot of people really loved vinyl and Epic Pie Time.
Oh yeah.
Total, that's what everybody always talked about.
Yep.
And the whole vinyl scratch thing during the season finale was kind of coming up, and everybody was really talking about that a lot.
Right.
And so what we wanted to do something original with characters, something crazy, something ridiculous, but something that would not be about food, but would still be epic. I guess we're not really... Now the Epic Pony Time series has kind of become not a Epic Mealtime parody, but
Epic Pony
series of epic things.
Right.
At least in my opinion, a series of epic things that people won't expect, and I'm hoping that because they won't expect it, they're still surprised every time they see something.
Well, now you've had Octavia Vinyl Scratch. Now I can see Epic Hand Time with Bon Bon and Lyra. I can see it now. It's in my head. Epic Hand Time.
I don't know about that. Actually, I have one more idea for... We actually have two projects coming out. We have the Epic Crossover Time, which is the Jackie Chan Adventures crossover.
Right.
And we're going to do a short between then with another short with Vinyl and Octavia. There's something really short and simple, but a lot of people liked Epic Web Time, so we figured we'd do another small skit with Vinyl and Octavia. And it'd just be called, The Musicians of Ponyville, the whatever's going on. I'll give more details into it later once it's actually in production. But we're doing one more skit with them, and then later on, I've actually had some ideas for a project later on that would actually be not Pony, but that's something that'll be farther down the road. I need to flesh it out more, but it'll pull a little bit from Pony in terms of characters, and I think once the idea is actually fleshed out, people might see it, might not. But in terms of Pony projects, I think after Epic Crossover Time, I only see there being one more Epic Time before we start pushing on to different projects.
Different stuff. Well, by that time, you got season 3 starts, right? And then there's more things to pull from. There's more ideas to whet the appetite. And we did have a bit of a spoiler. They released a picture that is supposedly the evil minion or the evil guy from the 2-part season 3 opener. Unnamed, but man, he's creepy. Ooh. I didn't pull a picture of him. I'm sure you people have saw it. It's on EQD. Go check it out. But he's got like this big old war helmet with Discord horns coming out of it, and it's like, whew. This one's gonna be epic. So we'll really looking forward to that. So we're gonna go with some standard questions that we all ask. Okay, favorite episode 1 and 2, season 1, 2.
Favorite episode of season 1 is definitely, oh man, I'm drawing a blank for it now. Party of One. That's the episode that got me into MLP.
The crazy.
Yeah, that Pinkie Pie going bonkers like that just threw me for an entire loop of what the show was about, because I never expected that at all. I was expecting it's going to be, kitty, Ugu,
sunshine and lollipops,
sunshine and flowers, not something just a lot. I guess I've always I've always been really biased against MLP back in the day because I saw the only thing I was ever exposed to was Generation 2 would look like hungry hippo ponies.
Yeah,
and creep me
horrible.
out. They really creep me out, and I was like, the writing's bad, the voice acting's terrible, and the only difference between all the characters is their color.
Yeah.
There's no real depth to it.
Nope, none. It's stunk.
And
Stunk.
And just the depth of the characters in the show, and just the pushing to try to create something different.
Yeah.
Like in Party of One, just blew my mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's when you had Fluttershy go looking for assertiveness training on a little kid's show. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And then you got Iron Will trying to be, Mr. T or Hulk Hogan all wrapped up into one. There's no way, some 9-year-old kid's gonna get those jokes.
I still wish that they had Randy Savage to do it.
Oh yeah,
because that would have just been
awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, too bad he died last year. Sad day to me. I was a big Randy Savage fan. Ooh yeah.
Oh yeah, are you ready?
Are you ready? Snap into Slim Jim! Yes.
The whole episode becomes one big commercial for Slim Jim.
Yes. It's hot in here today. I can't wait till summer's over in San Jose because the sun is like right there, pounding on the front wall of our house. At this time of day.
It was ridiculous on the way over here.
Man, it's hot. So
I think it got to a max of 119 when we were driving into Vegas. Yeah, 119.
Well, yeah, it's Vegas.
That's what the car was saying.
It's Vegas.
119 when we were driving into Vegas.
Yep. But it's dry. It's a dry heat.
It's a dry heat.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't tell me when I lived in Phoenix and it was 123. Yeah, it's not a dry heat
cooking.
my butt.
Go outside,
dry heat
cook some
my
eggs
flank.
on the pavement.
Yeah. Let's see. What other major little projects are you working on? I know you've got like all these irons in the fire with all of these different cartoons going on. Is there anything else like at all, music or anything you got going on?
Well, the overall goal for our group is to become a production group, which when we release our next big project, we're going to have website out, contact information, staff information, a bunch of stuff.
And you guys have actually named your group something, didn't you?
Yeah, it's Alligator in the Tub Productions.
Alligator in the Tub, okay.
And
they can find you on Twitter and all that.
Yeah, you can find me. You can find our group on Twitter and Tumblr. Our website should be up hopefully within a month.
Ah, cool.
But in terms of bigger projects, I guess everybody knows about Epic Crossover Time right now.
Yeah.
The smaller vinyl skit. We have a bigger project we did for a group, but I can't really go into detail about that until I get permission from them. And we've been contacted by somebody else who I'm attempting to contact about for future deals. But in the meantime, no, that's about it.
Huh? That's about it. So let's talk about what were your, as a animation guy, as a production animation guy, what were your feelings on Candlelight Wedding, the 2 episodes? Did you feel that it was handled well? Did you feel that they scrunched too much stuff into a story? Did you feel that, what were your feelings now that you're that deep into making animation? How are you looking at the show now that you've done animation, you've done production animation for a couple of months? How are you looking now at the show? Are you looking at it differently than when you first found the show?
I look at it a little differently, but I mean, the animation overall is still great. I'm not an animator. I do sound design, scripting. I do basically everything but the animation itself. I work with storyboard artists on the project. But animation-wise, I still think it's brilliant. It's really well done, and that's something that I think they've had going for them since the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody, when they think Flash, they think of, it's cheap animation. But in all honesty, you can do a lot with Flash. I mean, I know people who've done full-fledged cartoons with Flash. I mean, in France, there's the Wakfu cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Done anime style, all done in Flash.
All done in Flash.
Dan Versus, which is a great show, that's all done in Flash.
That's all done in Flash.
Flash, I think, it gets a lot of flack because sometimes it can be really uncooperative. and there are some things that obviously Flash is not as efficient as that Toon Boom or other programs could do better. But in terms of the animation of the show, I think it's really great, and more importantly, just the close connection that you have with the production people, like Sibsy or Jason Thiessen.
Oh yeah.
Just how they communicate with the fans and all that. I think it really helps people grow as well.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. Last week, I pimped a friend of mine, artist Baron Engel, who drew some new stuff. He draws ponies on motorbikes, and he has a dreamscape going on where his character is in Equestria. He's been drawing all the stuff from his dreamscape, and he's a beautiful pencil artist. But his watercolor, his colored pencils, look like a painting. He's been doing it for decades, and he told me yesterday that can I get a hold of Sibsy? I said, well, maybe I can get a hold of Sibsy. Yeah, what's going on? He says, well, I got this drawing I want to do with her OC flying at dusk and blah, blah, blah. I said, dude, just do it. No, I don't know if she's getting fanboyed. It's like, just do it. So I actually sent Sibsy some of his art, over Twitter. I said, go look at this. He really wants to do something with your OC. What do you think? And she goes, oh, hey, yeah. He's awesome. So I sent that back. I sent that to Baron, and he went, she said that about my stuff? I was like, dude, just do it. You're better than you think. Just, I got a beat on him. So much better than he thinks. Where are we at? We're at 22 minutes. Let's see, what else can we talk about? So we talked about animation. We talked about how you see the show. We talked about favorite episodes. How about favorite pony?
Oh, it's a tough one.
One does not simply walk into Motor and pick a favorite pony.
Tell me about it. Okay, main six or all of them?
Everybody. There ain't no such thing as knocking off the main six, man. It's like all ponies.
Oh, it's so hard. I guess I'd have to say I really like the idea behind Daring Do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I really like the whole idea behind just the kind of Indiana Jones-esque kind of character. Yeah. And I think that a lot more could be done with her, which actually was one of the projects I had in mind for the future.
I'm thinking you've got lots of room for Daring Do and Ne'er-Do-Well. I'm thinking that, you could have Rainbow Dash in the background reading a Ne'er-Do-Well comic book. This season. I can see it happening. She's sitting in there reading something in the library in the background, because they already had her reading a Daring Do book in the background, right? So I'm thinking they'll draw like a Daring Do, she's reading a Daring Do comic book, just to throw that in the background. Now that it was announced at San Diego Comic-Con that they're actually doing a My Little Pony comic book, which is going to be completely separate stories from the show. It's not going to be a retelling of the show. It's going to be completely separate stories. So I'm thinking that they could have like one-offs of, the whole cover would be Daring Do, or the whole cover would be Ne'er-Do-Well, and the inside would be, a Ne'er-Do-Well or Daring Do story.
I think with just how the fandom's evolved and how everybody kind of has their own takes, like Vinyl Scratch, she was on season 1 for a total of, what, 3 seconds?
3.
And it just exploded into this huge thing where she's like this crazy DJ that shoots laser beams out of her eyes and can do anything.
Yep.
And now they teamed up with Octavia as roommates, but I don't believe in the whole shipping thing. I just think that they're
just roommates.
I think it's kind of one of those.
It's the odd couple roommates thing.
It's like the odd couple.
It's like the odd couple. Yes.
And I mean, so much has been done with her. I mean, with a comic thing like this, or even with some of the fan stuff, you could just do a one-off episode. And I guess I'm not Hasbro, and I know that Hasbro itself, they probably have marketing people to do whatever they want, but I feel that, I mean, with just the way the community is, if somebody were to make, like, let's say, in theory, my group did a one-off Daring Do episode and threw some different stuff in, I mean, that's something that, theoretically, they could mark it off as a standalone.
Well, actually, look at what's going on with Sonic Rainboom, right? This guy is doing his final thesis in animation. He goes to Hasbro and says, "I want to do an episode," and they say, "Yeah, go ahead. Just get us a script." A double rainbow, excuse me. Double rainbow.
I'm actually part of that group.
Are you? Awesome.
Yeah, I'm the lead sound designer in that.
Awesome.
I work with Zach, but it's not Zach's final thesis. It's his first.
Oh, it's his first to final.
That's one that he wants to do for ponies, and then he's just going to do a more original project afterwards.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, the whole thing behind that is just, you message Hasbro saying I'm doing this for my school, and it just kind of panned out. I mean, they're not getting a deal from it. In fact, they're specifically not allowed to get a deal from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, they have to release all the they have to release all the models. They have to release everything to everybody, right? They can't just hold that stuff. So that's part of what Hasbro said is like, as long as you release everything. I don't know if they have to release everything, but they can't sell anything. They can't sell it. They can't make money. That's kind of a given for everybody, unless it's original stuff. But you can't just take a picture of Rainbow Dash and slap it on a shirt and then say, and sell it, because that ain't no good. That ain't now, good. If you made some kind of some kind of different interpretation of Rainbow Dash, Applejack Daniels,
yeah, or
I still got to get
Picasso
that shirt.
Rainbow Dash,
yeah.
Then I think it's a little bit more
parody
to interpretation.
Then you're parody.
Yeah, it's parody.
That's parody, and then you're pretty much safe. But you can't just take a vector out of the show and go slap and make money off it. You can't do that.
I know some people that did that in Spreadshirt. And actually, we sell shirts, and I talk with Spreadshirt Legal about our stuff, so I know that the stuff we have is legitimate. But I talked to them about some of the other shirts I've seen in Spreadshirt. Some people actually literally take screen caps from YouTube and put it on a shirt. And I was telling them about hey, if we're allowed to do this, what about these other people that are doing this? And oh no, they're not allowed to do that. That's something that's going to come back to them. That will bite them in the freaking flank. It'll not be good. Absolutely. That's another thing. San Diego Comic-Con. So the first day of San Diego Comic-Con, you see the picture of what everything Hasbro is selling, all special San Diego Comic-Con toys that they made for everybody, Transformers and all this other stuff. This big list. It's like in stock, in stock, in stock, in stock, in stock. My Little Pony, forget you. In stock, in stock, in stock. It's My Little Pony gone.
Gone. First day, Derpy is gone within an hour.
Probably first 4 hours, Derpy is gone.
Gone. So I actually had somebody. I had a friend of mine who was going to San Diego. I said, "Dude, you gotta help me. You gotta help me. You gotta get me a pony."
Oh, was it John? Because I know John snatched 6 of them.
No, he puts a picture up on Twitter. He's got 6 freaking Derpies. I was like, I hate you. But no, it wasn't John. He
box hidden inside of his room.
Yeah, it wasn't John. It was another friend of mine. And he says, "Dude, I didn't even get in line to get a ticket to get in line to buy a Derpy." It's like, what? So I'm checking Twitter. I'm all despondent. I didn't get my Derpy. Despondent. And the next day, a friend of mine is twittering. He's like, "In line at Hasbro Toy Star." It's like, I Twitter right back. "Can I give you bits? Can I give you bits?" And she says, "Oh, don't worry. I got you covered." So she got me. I have a Derpy on the way. Yay! Absolutely. And then
that is awesome.
I pre-ordered Zakora because the minute they went up on ToysRUs.com, I pre-ordered the Zakora too. So I got them both. So that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to get Derpy here so I can show all of you Derpy.
Honestly, the only merchandise I think I ever gotten was this. It was some stuff from BronyCon where I think it was Eagle Philiac was selling these sweet vinyl scratch stickers, and actually I had that.
Yes, she was. That thing was sweet.
But
she was actually selling Science Wuna jackets.
I think
lab coats.
I vaguely remember those.
Yes, they were gone in like 10 minutes. Gone.
Yeah, I think I saw them like once, but they were gone. And I walked in there. Mighty Fine had their shirt in there. I talked to the guy the first day. Right. He had like stacks of shirts. Next day, gone.
No, they were gone.
Had, like,
dude, they were gone by 5 o'clock. No, he didn't have 500. They brought, let's see, there were 4,000 people. They brought a shirt and a half per person. They brought 6,000 shirts. Okay.
They were just gone.
Gone.
I was like, what?
By
did
5
somebody
o'clock.
Mug you?
Gone.
What happened? Did the fire just incinerate them all?
The thing was, he had,
the shirts.
it was just one guy. He had such a crowd that he was like grabbing friends from other booths to come over. And it's like, who was it? It was Karen Padella from Equestria LA was there selling shirts, and
oh yeah, I remember.
She was there selling shirts, and then somebody else was there selling shirts for him. It was like it was fast as he could freaking get the money in. They were gone. I think the second day, all he had was the con special shirt, which is the black one with all the heads on it.
Yeah, he had like a whole stack.
He had a stack of those, and that was it. That was gone.
I was like, well, I guess we figured out what's the least.
You know what? I actually ordered the cider shirt, the new Sweet Apple Acre cider shirt, and I bought a Derpy bag. I ordered it during the 25% off sale a couple days ago.
Yeah, same.
It's due today. It's due today.
Oh.
I've been checking UPS.com, and it's on the truck for delivery, and it's now 5:30 p.m., which means it could be here anytime. Any minute now. So I'm like, okay.
Stay out there like a hawk.
Standing out there like a hawk. But I'm here entertaining all of you and talking with Bobby. And so we are half an hour into the show, and it's commercial time. For those people that I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that package to arrive. But right now, it's time for a commercial. So, stick around, be right back, and all of you out there will ask us questions. We have Screwball in the chat, and we're going to have some fun, so hang tight.
It's harvest season here at Sweet Apple Acres, and the You Pick Apple adventures have begun. You can make the most of this opportunity by getting a bushel full of the plumpest, juiciest apples this side of the Everfree forest. Whether for a homemade apple pie, delicious apple fritters, or fresh off the tree, it all begins with a visit to Sweet Apple Acres Apple Orchard. Go visit with the Apple family, a short trot southwest of Ponyville. Applejack,
Well, how'd it do?
Granny Smith, Apple Bloom,
I want it now!
and Big Macintosh
Yep.
will treat you like one of the family. Fresh apple cider? Try our 10 varieties. Apple pies and dumplings? Mouth watering. Sweet, red, delicious apples? They got them. Tart Granny Smith apples? You'll find them there too. No ladders needed. Just rear up and pluck you some of the sweet apple goodness that graces the plates of our princesses Celestia and Luna. And remember, our apple stand can be found at the corner of Appleton Road, right near Quills and Sofas. Apple cider donuts, fresh apple butter, and apple juice. It's always a family adventure at Sweet Apple Acres.
Would you look at them fancy duds you can get from our friends at WeLoveFine.com? Shoot! Hats, bags, and posters too? They got everything you could ever want. Except apples, of course. So mosey on down to WeLoveFine.com and rustle you up some Sweet Apple Acres Sunday best. Yee-haw!
And we're back. Yes, we are. And all you ponies who are watching, I know at least Twilight Sparkle and Princess Luna come every week to watch this show. I know they do. And I know, Twilight Sparkle goes down to Sweet Apple Acres once a week. I know she does. But Princess Luna, you need to go down there because they need your princessly support. They need it down there. So that more ponies from all over Equestria will go down and buy their apples.
Do it.
I'm telling you. But all you humans, you need to go to WeLoveFine.com. But not when they have a 25% off sale because you can't get through. But at any other time, you need to go to WeLoveFine.com and use our code EFR10 to get 10% off your entire order over at WeLoveFine.com. And we're back with RobBob, the man behind the Epic Time cartoons. The big man, the big cheese, the boss. Yes. Bobby.
Yes.
Are you ready for the onslaught?
I'm always ready.
You're always ready. Nobody draw until it hits the ground.
I know, I guess your sidekick, Screwball, always asks me.
Oh, yeah.
Always asks me if I always ask for something, and I always say, I never asked for this. I never asked for this. It makes him laugh.
You know what? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna stop right here before we go into anything else. Okay? I got something to say, and I have to congratulate my parents on yesterday reaching their 45th wedding anniversary.
Awesome.
Yesterday.
Celebrate.
And this picture that I just put up there of Shining Armor and Princess Cadence for my parents. I know my mom watches, and hopefully Dad's watching too. And I love you both, and congratulations on your 45th wedding anniversary. Now, let's do a little math. Their wedding anniversary is in July. 45 years. I was born in April of the next year. Mm-hmm. But there you go. I love you. I love you. So, that was for my parents. And also I want to call out for my nephew, Jaybird, whose birthday is also last weekend, and to my best friend, Tor, whose birthday was also last weekend. So, I might have to start like a birthday call out, for everybody. So, we are here with Screwball, who's now here in the chat with Robbie, Bobby, and myself. And we need some questions.
Oh man, it's got been posted ahead of time. Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. Come at me.
Okay, this one's a good one. I like this one. This one's from Dottie the Chef, and the question is, who will be doing the voice of Uncle?
Rev897. He was our Discord in Epic Wub Time, and I've been working with him on it. We actually still have to tweak it a little bit more, but he can do a fairly good, impressive uncle. It's not spot on, but it's close enough. And I think people will really like that when it comes to time, because I know that I, myself, definitely push for authenticity when it comes to voices. And I've been working with Rev on it for a bit, and he's pretty good.
Cool.
Awesome. Oh.
Is that a pine cone?
Yeah.
What, this?
What? Yeah.
It is, as a matter of fact.
Gotta get that fiber.
Oh, yeah. Trixie taught me how.
Oh. Oh, why'd you bring that up? Now it makes me sad because never mind.
Next.
This one's from Chaotic Harmony. He always brings in the questions. Question for both. If you were about to die and had 1 hour to live, would you go to Equestria or remain on Earth with your family?
Ooh.
Well, if I wanted to live, I'd probably go to my family and shout, "There's no time!" and go and do something really heroic.
I
find
would
a bunch of bad guys and headbutt them.
I would split the time. I would run to my family for half an hour and then I go see my friends, and gone. I'd be gone for half an hour. I'd die in Equestria. That's it.
Hey, Mom, I love you, K-bye.
I love you, Mom. K-bye. Shung, gone. I love you, Mom. Yes, I probably. Now I wouldn't do that. I'd spend it with my family, and everybody knows that.
What if it took you 58 minutes to get there? So you're like, "Hey, and you just fell over." Just
Aneurysm. Pretty much.
This one's from Bricky. Question is, Dusty, why are you eating a pine cone?
Because it's tasty. Are you kidding me? These are awesome. They taste like almonds.
How do you eat a pine cone?
Yeah.
I thought
Is
they're
it crunchy?
Yeah, I thought they're really hard to eat.
It's crunchy.
Or they taste really bad.
Crunchy. Mm-hmm. It's good.
This is how we do stuff in San Jose, wilderness training.
Damn, it's great.
I eat 3 of these a day.
This one's from Iron Raptor. Question for RobBob. What other crossovers are in store, do you think they might go for?
I think we're only going to have the one crossover, but when we do...
I hear something. I think I hear... a UPS truck! Ah!
And there he goes.
Okay.
Off to fight the good fight.
So, Rob, how are you doing?
Doing alright. Alright, to answer your question, I think we're only going to do one crossover. The thing behind our animations is I like to mix things up. So, for the next one, which will probably be our final one, I'm not going to say it's our final one, but it might be. I think it's going to be something nobody would expect, but I'm hoping to impress
I've got a box.
What has he done?
Oh, no, I know it is.
I can't hear any of you because my earphones are off. I can't hear you. Oh, now I can hear you. I got
Eat the box open. Do it. Eat the box. Yeah.
Yes. As much fiber as the pine cone.
Woo! I got the Luna.
Oh.
Yeah, baby. Luna keychain. Woo! Look at that. Oh my. What else we got here? We got Epic Bag. Everybody gets the Epic Bag.
Swag time.
Swag time. Swag time. Woo! Aha! And we got. Woo! Look at that. Sweet Apple Acres cider shirt. Look at that. Yes.
Oh my.
Now the only thing is bad about this is they did not have red shirts and 3X. That's the only thing I'm sad about. If I had to get the cream, I got it. And then we got the derby bag. Oh, I've been wanting this for a while, and I got the buttons that go with it. Yes, got the bubbles in the muffin. Jelly, be jelly because this thing is awesome. Woo! Look at that. Oh, and it's got the wheel of fine in the back. It's got the strap. Look at that. And it's got heavy duty canvas. Oh, now I gotta buy a laptop. It's got an inside pocket too. Look at that. It's got a little inside pocket. That's cool. Yes! I've been waiting for this thing for a while. Finally got the money. Finally had the 25% off sale. It's like, yes, it's mine. Yes. Ooh. Printing's really nice too. Look at that. So anyway, that's the swag bag. Swag for the week. Yes. Awesome. Sorry, I interrupted everybody. What were you talking about now?
we answered it, so I'm lost. Okay, I'll just find a question as soon as I can. Okay, I got one here. This one's for you, Dusty.
Your manly box eating.
Yeah, you're taking in a lot of fiber.
Wow! Look at this thing. That's awesome. Wow. And the thing is, I didn't even I just asked them because I only ordered 2 things, right? You only get this thing if you order 5 My Little Pony things, right? So it's like I just said, "Can I please have this, please?" And they sent one. That's how nice they are.
That is amazing. That looks really sweet.
That is really sweet. Okay, question for me. Go ahead.
The question for you, Dusty, is what are your revenge plans for Solrak after he slapped a sticker on your head at BronyCon?
Oh! I can't say.
For it would not be revenge because it needs to be.
I can't say because then you would tip him off. You see, and see, I know where he lives. Because I got this in the mail from one Mr. Solrak. Nice. Which means I got an envelope with a return address on it. So I happen to know where you live, Mr. Solrak. So you better be watching out your window. Watch out your window because you never know what day it's going to be that I'm in LA. You'll never know when it's coming. Never. Next.
This one is from MLP Problems via Twitter. Question is, for Rob, question is, what is your favorite episode? I think that was already asked, but I guess we could just do a recap.
Yes.
My favorite episode is Party 1.
Yeah.
And for season 2, my favorite episode would probably be oh man, I can't remember the name of it. It's with the donkey.
Oh,
Friend Indeed.
A Friend Indeed.
Yep,
A Friend Indeed.
Friend Indeed.
That was sweet. I love that episode. It was
I didn't have to get out my knife. Too excited.
This one's from Chaotic Harmony. Question for Rob: if you could use one of the VAs from the show, who would you use and why?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I I guess if I had to use any of the VAs in the show for something MLP related or for anything.
I guess anything for your show, like whatever you come up with next.
It'd probably be Tara because she seems to have a nice sense of humor and she's really talented.
Oh.
But if Tara was busy, it would definitely be Tabitha because she has just a simply amazing range.
Yep. Yep.
But they're all great.
Yep.
This question's from Kyard. I hope I said that right. The question is, what was one for all of us? What was one of your favorite animated shows growing up?
Ooh.
Me or Dusty?
All of us.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's rough. I'll tell you that much. I guess it depends what age I was at the time. When I was a kid, I know back when Toonami was on, I guess I was more of a Toonami person, and I have to say my favorite show, looking back at it, the voice acting was a bit meh, but back in the day I loved it. It was Tenchi Muyo. That show, I loved that show so much.
Me, my favorite shows were made before any of you were born.
Oh no.
Yeah. When I was growing up, it was Kim of the White Lion, which was Jungle Emperor out of Japan in 63, 4, before it was brought over. And then there was Science Ninja Team Gatchaman, which was the early 70s, and then was redubbed into Battle of the Planets in 76, 77. And then later, when you get into the 80s and the 90s, you got Thunder the Barbarian, which was a Saturday morning cartoon back in the 80s. And then Devlin, which actually had Mickey Dolenz, who was the drummer for the Monkees, actually voiced a character on that show. So, yeah, Devlin was actually the story of a carnival motorcycle jump guy who would go from place to place, helping people. He still had to make his jumps every show, but he ended up helping whoever was in the town that they ended up being at, which was kind of cool because they actually did. Mickey Dolenz' character was actually the mechanic, who was the brother of the guy who jumped Devlin, and they went around in a van with his sister. They were a family, and they actually talked about bikes and fixing a carburetor and actually working on the motorcycle and all that kind of stuff. So as a little kid who was a bike freak, that was like awesome. So yeah, that was like probably my favorite out of all the shows. So yeah, but mostly you kids probably have never heard any of these, so at all. I'm old.
Original Transformers.
Oh.
Original
That's
Robotech.
a school show. Ah man, that
Robotech.
was like Robotech. I don't know.
Was
I guess
the Zanati or
I
the
didn't see it at the
Zendrati?
time.
I can't remember.
Zanati?
Zendrati,
I think.
Zendrati, that's it.
Wait.
The giant.
I can't remember. It's probably the Zentradi.
Yeah,
If somebody out there knows, let us know.
Zentradi.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's Zentradi.
Zentradi, yes.
Big giant dudes.
Big
They're
giant
like, hey,
dudes, yeah.
What's up, guys? And you're like, hey, we have inferior weapons, but do you like songs?
Do you
And
like
they're
songs?
Like, oh my god, I love this song, and they start freaking out.
Yep.
If you know how to party hard, you can make friends with any invading alien species.
Absolutely.
My favorite cartoon was Looney Tunes, enough said.
Oh, yeah, but that's a given.
Yeah, that is a given.
That's a given. Putting Looney Tunes and Disney in there is like, okay, everyone loves that. So,
Yeah.
Looney Tunes and Disney is like everyone loves. Anybody who loves animation loves Looney Tunes and Disney. So it's like, take those off the table. What else? So.
This question is from Alan Taylor on Twitter. Question for RobBob. Who's your favorite Brony musician?
Ooh.
I guess I should probably... I'm pretty biased on that because I know a bunch of them that I'm really good friends with. Music-wise, I guess RGV.
Oh, yeah.
But Mando Pony is a really good friend of mine, so is Tomb and Macan.
Mm.
And they all make just brilliant music.
That they do. Mando has like sensors hooked up to his head, and then that hooks up to his computer so that he can actually make songs in his sleep. It has to be that way because he's released 5 songs this week. I swear, 5 songs at least. I think I'm wrong, but anybody else got that? I mean, he's released like a song a day for a week. How do you do that? On top of being different types of songs. And
Very dedicated.
And then working with Michelle Krieber on Saturday Night Songs and doing music with her. And who knows what else he's doing in Vancouver. Woo! That boy doesn't sleep. I mean, he sleeps 2 hours a day. And then he hooks all these monitors up to his brain so that his brain can actually make music while he sleeps. He's a robot. It's not Sweetie Bot. It's Mandobot. I'm calling it right here. Mandobot. Mm-hmm.
This question is from Godson. Question for Dusty. If you saw your OC on the show, how do you react?
I would run around my house screaming like a little schoolgirl. I would. I'd be going, ah! Yeah. Yes, I would. Because that would be so awesome. But it's never going to happen. You know, it's never going to happen. So I don't expect it.
You never know.
Never know, but it's not going to happen.
Pace tips you off.
You know, if I become like a background character in, say, Alligator in the Tub Productions, something or other, that would be cool. But, no, I'm not expecting it.
Hint.
Oh my. If we ever made an animation about you, Dusty, it involved you using superpowers with your mustache and like going around the country to fight crime.
I would be like the Ghost Rider, except my mustache would be on flame.
Yeah, like your mustache would be like Yosemite Sam, would be like whips.
Yeah. I can see it now. Absolutely.
This one is from Inkbot. Question for Rob. You mentioned Wok Fu. What is your favorite character and episode?
Actually, the sad thing is, I only know of Wok Fu because I was a big fan of the artist who worked for the game Wok Fu, who then had the show based off of him. So I've only seen like the first episode, and the English dub was like the main red-haired guy. His dub was just awful. He sounded like a complete idiot.
Is that sort of like
let's go, guys?
Sort of like the English.
I was so disappointed.
Sort of like the English dub of Akira. Which was horrible.
Yeah, like the first English dub of Akira.
Yeah, the first English dub of Akira.
The second one,
my goodness.
The other one, Johnny Young Bosch, was alright.
Yeah.
But the first English dub of Akira was. I felt really awkward because one time I was like, hey Dad, we should watch this one anime. I hear it's like. I didn't really watch it that much, so I was like, hey, we should check this out. It's known for being like some kind of big pinnacle in animation. And I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, the animation is brilliant.
But
The voice
the dubbing
is
was just terrible.
So then we quickly switched over to Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, I love that show.
Yep.
If you ever want to see...
people send me... Yeah. People send me copies of all the motorcycle movies that they did.
You just have like a whole bunch of them just kind of...
Yeah, I have like 4 VHS tapes of MST3K where they did the motorcycle movies. I also have Manos Hands of Fate. Of course. Everyone has Manos Hands of Fate.
I give you props for actually owning that movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's a terrible movie, but I give you props for owning it.
I get the MST3K version of Manos. Hands of Fate. Mm-hmm.
This one... This one is from Bricky149. Question for Dusty. What does the doctor recommend for fiber intake?
2 pine cones a week. And steel cut oats in the morning.
Oh.
It brings your cholesterol down at least 100 points. And when you're my age, you have to start thinking about your cholesterol points. You do. But sadly, you do. So that's why we have pine cones.
This one is from Starstream. Question for Rob. Oop. How long does it take to write an episode?
To to write the episode, actually, I'm answering this question right now in private chat, but usually to write an episode, it takes 1 to 2 weeks. The writing's the easy part. Usually the way it works is majority of the ideas that we do like the stuff in Epic Wub Time, the base cannon, the part with the sandwich where she's crying, all the major kind of puns, those were all of my ideas. The vinyl smashing the mug in her face, that was Noaking's idea. And for the most part, usually what I do is I have these ideas, we kind of write out an outline, and then I throw ideas back and forth, and I kind of work with people when I write out the next script for things. So usually 1 to 2 weeks, depending on, if family stuff comes up or not. For the animation, that takes a little bit longer because it depends on if we do storyboards or not. I find that if we do storyboards, you're able to get a lot more detailed shots, which take longer to animate, but in the long run are definitely worth it, instead of just doing the audio only and then kind of just winging it. But I mean, Evan's a really talented animator. I cannot express how talented he is. I mean, he pumped out Epic Pie Time in like a week.
Yeesh.
It was ridiculous.
That's crazy. It's crazy good. Crazy good.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going through my questions right here. There is a lot, I'll tell you that. It's
Well, good.
constant chimes.
That means we have a very, very interesting guest that people want to talk to.
Hell yeah. Question is for all you guys. Do you have a favorite Fandom character like Sweetie Bot or Gamer Luna? This one from Dawn Spice, by the way.
What do you consider a Fandom character? Is
Yeah.
that a character that the fans have named, or is that a character from a parody? Like, Sweetie Bot would be from
Epic
Friendship is Witchcraft.
I guess something maybe that the Fandom has made popular, I guess you could say.
So, scratch count?
I guess, sure.
Because then,
Gamer
yes, why not?
well, then again, Gamer Luna isn't really like show same. It's sort of like someone has made her own personality out of that. But,
Oh yeah, it's like all the Tumblr ponies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically all these Tumblr ponies that are out there that are on the adult side or the weird side. And
Princess Molestia.
Princess Molestia, Gamer Luna, the Rarity character, or all the Ask blogs that are out there. I watch a lot of them to see what's going on, to keep up with what's going on. I read Princess Molestia. I've been in Princess Molestia. I was in it. So my OC was actually in the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl thing that she did. But I like almost all of it. It's almost hard to pick one. It's kind of like picking a favorite child. You have a lot of people doing really great stuff, and you don't want to pick one over the other because they're all doing really great things. I mean, and they're all doing something just a slightly different. Everybody who's an artist does things slightly different. They bring different things to the table. Like people who are doing animations that aren't RobBob or Alligator in the Tub Productions, they're doing it a little different than they are. And not to say that it's any worse or any better, it's just different. And it's all pretty damn good. Excuse my French, but it's kind of hard to pick one because it's all pretty fun, as to what's going on. As long as somebody's being creative and putting their heart into it, it's really hard to tell them that they're worse than somebody else. So, that's the way I see it.
I've seen a lot of animators. Like I talk with Ask the Crusaders a lot. He's from Italy. He was actually on our animation panel. And,
right.
He has the closest to show animation that I've seen from anybody ever.
Yep.
And he puts a lot of effort into it. But he tends to keep his stuff light and close to the show. And he's also been doing that stuff from some kind of Tumblr thing called the
Ask the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
What is it? Yeah, he does that, but it's the some kind of vocational death cruise.
Oh yeah, vocational death cruise, which has
I have no
the
idea
Crusaders
what
are on it right now. It's sort of like the Doctor.
Yeah, he's been doing that.
The the Doctor and the Crusaders are on this death cruise that has a whole bunch of portals in it, and the Crusaders have all of their Scootaloo's the unicorn now, and Sweetie Belle was the Earth Pony, and Apple Bloom is the Pegasus, and trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So it's that one has just gone off into left field. I've tried to follow it, and I'm going, just the heck, what is going on here? So the one guy I want to call out is Memoirs of a Reality Jumper. You haven't updated in a couple of weeks, and I'm starting to get the shakes. I love that fanfic, and
I'm waiting for Stargate Equestria. It's been a year, and I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
Wow.
He keeps saying he's going to update it,
yep.
And I'm still waiting because that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But another one I really like is The God Particle.
Yes, that just updated. It just updated, and I haven't read the latest chapter yet.
Did you actually read through that?
I have read through most of it.
I really like that story. I think it's really sweet.
Yep.
This one's from MLP Problems on Twitter. Question is, who is your favorite music artist? I'll probably say outside the fandom.
Oh, outside the fandom? Oof.
Yeah.
Very difficult for me because I'm so old. I like so many different types of music that it's hard to pick one out of all of them.
That's true.
It's really hard. I mean, I go anywhere from Jim Croce to Aerosmith, from Metallica to Pantera. So it's difficult for me to pick one. Just it's everything from it depends on the mood. Depends on the mood I'm in. If I'm in the mood to sit back and read a Daring Do novel, I don't want to put on Pantera. I'll put on
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I'll put on some Indiana Jones, or I'll put on some 70s singer-songwriters, right? A whole CD of it. If I'm drawing, I actually put on my 50th anniversary Jim Croce 2-CD set, which is like 3 hours of Jim Croce. And I just go into my headphones and go away. Or if I'm really feeling like rocking out, then I pull out my Metallica disc. But it just depends. Rob, your turn.
Man, that's a tough one. I guess in terms of music, I'm a big fan of The Who because my father was.
Yes.
But in terms of actual just music that I cover a whole wide range of stuff. I really like orchestral from video games, like Marty O'Donnell from Halo did an amazing job. Yes. Hans Zimmer does an amazing job in everything he works on.
Yes, and yes.
Hans Zimmer, a lot of electro, this song I just listened to, Zed's, this guy named Zed, he made a song called Spectrum. That's really good. The soundtrack to Uncharted, really good.
Yes.
I guess it's, in terms of just genres of music, I'd have to say I'm a big fan of electro, rock and roll, and orchestral.
I'm a huge orchestral fan, to such an extent. I like listening to Hans Zimmer, James Horner, Two Steps from Hell, and then when it comes to what artists mostly know, I'm a huge Billy Joel fan. And Elton John.
Everybody knows I'm an Elton John fan because I've done 3 of his songs.
Oh my
and I've got 3 more written, people. Okay. Oh, by the way, Final Draft has just entered the room. And he's screaming at me.
I'm not screaming. I'm just trying to.
Then
get
stop
your
talking in all caps, sucker.
Well, you know what? That gets your attention.
That's screaming on the internet.
First of all, we understand that Luna is best. Well, not best pony, but my favorite.
Right
pony.
there, baby. Luna is best.
All right, hold on, Draft.
Alicorn,
just a moment.
right there.
I thought you keep saying Twilight Sparkle's best pony.
Yeah.
No. Twilight. Okay. Let me establish something. Twilight Sparkle, I learned, is best pony. However, after BronyCon, after I bought tons of Luna merch, I came to a realization that Luna is my favorite.
There you go. See?
But
then you know what?
Is best.
I've got this draft, and you can't have it.
Oh, I got something better for you.
What do you got?
Okay, you guys ready for this?
I'm ready. My body is ready.
All right, I want to know if the IRC chat is ready for
My
this.
body
I don't know if the Dusty
is ready.
I have to open up the window so I can see you live.
For this. Here I am.
Hold on, I'm gonna make sure that you're playing
You know
live.
what? Right here. Shirts open, hit me with your best shot. Hit me.
I don't know, hold on.
Bring it, Philly. Bring it.
You ready for this?
Bring it.
Okay, everybody. I am proud to announce that as of just a moment ago, I just confirmed with Everfree Northwest that Mr. DustyKatt here will be hosting the Guys of MLP panel featuring Lee Tokar, Peter New, and Kathy Westlock.
What? God.
What?
I was gonna say you need to get Kathy in there because she voices Spike.
Yeah, Kathy's gonna be in there. That was great when we found out.
Do it. You have to do it.
Oh my goodness!
So, yes.
You need to have her just do a Spike voice and just be like, "Yeah, I'm surrounded by a bunch of guys."
Manly.
It's nice being part of the pack.
This is going to be the manliest VA panel ever.
Let me tell you something. When we were talking about this too, we were trying to figure out the different panels, and I saw the Guys of MLP, and I thought, Manliest Brony belongs up on stage there. So I just confirmed it with Bajati, the show director of Everfree Northwest. Very capable man, very busy man, and also Royal Coat, who is their events coordinator, who is who is also, again, just an amazing coordinator. Honestly, like, he's playing Tetris right now with the schedules and making everything fit in all the rooms. And everything. I'm really looking forward to this convention. I know Dusty is now. Look at him. I had to play it live so I could see his face. But yeah, no, we just confirmed that, man.
I am so excited. So excited.
I didn't see the chat, though. I wasn't in the chat. Did the chat like it?
Oh, they're... if I scroll up about 5 pages, they're all like, oh my god.
Oh
my. It gets better. It gets better.
Oh, does it?
That panel, along with all other panels that of note at Everfree Northwest, I almost said BronyCon because it's been BronyCon all month. All other panels of note at Everfree Northwest, the Northwest premiere My Little Pony Friendship is Magic convention will be live streamed by Everfree Radio, which means that all of you lovely viewers who aren't able to make it to Seattle get to see this guy with the mustache here freaking talk to Peter New, Lee Tokar, and Kathy Westlock. How awesome is that?
How awesome is that? Who has 2 thumbs and is really freaking jazzed right now? This guy! This guy.
Now, I know that you wanted to get them on your show, Dusty, but this was as good as I could do. I hope it's okay.
This is awesome. This is awesome. It just means we need to figure out... Yeah, we need to figure out what to do with my show on Saturday night. But we'll figure that out later. Now, get the hell off my show!
Yeah, A-Track's trying to get me off your show. Anyway, bye everyone. Okay, there you go, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Man, I really want to go to Everfree Northwest so badly. I just wish I had the money.
I just pulled a Stone Cold Steve Austin and told my boss to get the hell off my show. Feeling the power tonight.
You're getting power hungry, geez.
Lift weights, make money. Yes! So, let's go back. Let's go back to what we're doing before I start vibrating again. So, questions. Questions for the Bobby.
Sorry, my RC lagged for a second, so I'm just recollecting my thoughts.
Yes.
This one's from Imperious. Up is for both you guys. If given the chance, would you lend your voice to an animated pony feature, fan-made or otherwise?
Any minute. If Bobby
theoretically, I've already done it.
Yeah, he's already done it, you know. But if Bobby,
you want to do it again?
If Bobby would come to me and said, "Dusty, we're doing a pony version of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and we want you to be the pony with no name," I would be there in a heartbeat. It'd be so awesome. Yes, if anybody asked me to do a voice. In fact, people have asked me to do voices, and I've done it. When I have the time and when I have the motivation, I do it. Anybody asked me, I would do it. I would do it. I do it to my best of my ability, and beyond with it. It would be awesome. It would be fun. Absolutely. Yes.
I like this one. This is from Eternal Pony. Question for all: if a portal to Equestria existed but costed 100,000 to go through, would you go? There's only one answer to that is yes, because you can just take out a loan, 100,000, go through the portal,
never go back. Done.
Yep. The government can look all over for you. They won't be able to find you.
Mm-hmm. Done deal.
It's a
easy answer.
Yes.
Yes.
I went crazy there. This is from Cowboy Dave. First off, congratulations on the announcement of the Manly panel. With that announcement, what are you looking forward to the most of Everfree Northwest?
What am I looking forward to the most? My panel. Are you kidding me? Now I'm like, I gotta like prepare. And it's like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? Oh!
This totally works too.
Yes.
This works so well because it's you have Spike with a mustache.
Yes.
You have Steve Magnet
with
with
a mustache.
You give Big Mac a mustache.
We're done.
And you have a mustache.
Yes.
The Mustache Brigade. Come on.
Oh, dude, Rob, you just gave me
Team Stash.
You just gave me the glimmer of an idea. I love you.
The Mustache Squad.
I love you.
The Stash. Oh, it's like the A team, but everybody has mustaches.
I'm evil. Trust me.
The Cutie Stash Crusaders. No. It's clever. The Stash team. I'm gonna go with the Stash team.
The Stash team, yes. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this. Oh my god, I have to go buy my plane ticket tonight.
Oh my god, what?
Yes.
You haven't bought it
No,
yet?
I haven't bought it yet. I'm buying it tonight.
don't
After the
believe
show.
things last
After the
minute.
show, I'm buying my ticket. Yes. Next.
Hang on 1 second, for the love of all that is holy.
All that is
this
Celestia.
All that is Celestia. And Luna. Don't forget Luna. Sorry. This one's from Jordy Boothie. Oh my god. Question for Dusty and Screwy. What is your primary... I'll put this for you as well, Rob, because you need to talk more. Question for all of us is, what is your primary talent, aside from being manly and adorable?
Adorable?
I don't know. Apparently, you're adorable. And
It's a mustache.
I'm a trained Harley Davidson mechanic. I can build Harley Davidsons from scratch. I sell parts for Harley Davidsons. I can fix cars. I draw. I paint. I sing. I can weld. I can run a laser. I can run a CNC machine. And I'm a really good uncle to all of my nieces and nephews.
Dude, do you like have cutie pox? Because that's a lot of cutie marks right there.
Yeah, I do. You know what? If you go through the history of my work, I have the cutie pox because I started out as a golf bag caddy, moving up to a busboy, dish dog, back of the line prep cook, line cook, everything in a restaurant. Then I moved on to painting Lionel toy trains. Then I went to college. Then I came back and did, let's see what else I did. I worked on a road crew. I was a bodyguard. I did some art. I worked I was an RD guy. I built bikes for a living. I was a line mechanic for Harley Davidson dealerships. I took CNC machine technology. I now sell parts for Harley Davidsons. I've built custom bikes. It just goes on and on. I've done a lot of different things because, you know what? When you get to be 80 years old, just gliding in good shape is not the way to do it. You want to slide in sideways, skidding, completely messed up because you want that to be one heck of a ride when you get there. I don't want to go out gracefully. I want to make sure that I had one heck of a ride to get to the end of my life.
Yep. What about you, Rob?
What do I do? Well, I do not have the awesome experiences of life that Dusty has, but I guess I do airsoft. I'm hoping to move up to professional eventually when I actually have a job and get money. But right now I'm just in college. I'm about to graduate this semester, actually. As for what I do, I make my friends laugh a lot, is apparently what I'm told. I do audio mixing, like ADR stuff. And I just try to be a nice person.
Yep.
I'm. Whenever I don't know, it's I do photography every now and again, but I wouldn't really consider it a profession. I do like weddings every now and again and all that other sort.
Dude,
So
dude, if you've done one wedding as a photographer, you're a professional. I wouldn't wish that job on anybody. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I guess that's my talent then, is photography. Yay.
Okay, Featherwing.
Yeah.
Is randomness a talent?
Right? Yeah.
Because if that's the case, then I got that nailed.
Yeah, you got that nailed.
You got that nailed. You immediately get a Cutie Mark Crusaders cape. Full of randomness.
Is that just a stack of hats you have in the background?
Yeah. That's my stack of hats. Because people kept saying, where are your hats, Dusty? Well, they're right there.
I'm going to form my crowd. I'm going to form all the hats I have into a crude person, and he'll be my co-host.
Actually, I need to go buy a new hat. So,
Hatman Jim.
Yeah, you got quite the.
You need some berets.
A new hat. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not wearing a beret.
Where's your military beret?
I'm not wearing a beret. No.
Come on, Jamie.
No.
Do it.
Jamie Heineman, come on, you gotta get the beret. And walk around and just stare very seriously at people for hours at a time.
No. No. I refuse. No berets. I'd feel too hip. I'd have to be in Seattle drinking coffee. You know? Too hipster for a beret.
This one is from Joshua Dunn on Twitter, and the question is, what do you guys think of Mike the Microphone's Bronies for Good raffle?
The Bronies for Good raffle with all the games that he came out with, that he got for free?
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. You know, he's taking a situation where, you know, he asked for something and it basically blew up on him, and is making good out of it. I think that it's awesome that he's doing what he's doing. So I think it's really gonna work with Bronies for Good. I think he's really turning it around into something positive, and I applaud him for it.
Yeah. Your thoughts, Rob?
I definitely. Well, I guess I've met Mike and worked with Mike a couple of times. He's a pretty good guy. I mean, I know back in the day, he was a different person, but he's definitely lightened up, and I definitely respect what he's doing for charity. I know some other people who are also doing stuff for charity, and I respect all of them. I think doing stuff for charity is one of the big things this fandom definitely has going for it. I've never seen so many different drives to charity in my life in one fandom.
Mike is a young man. He got famous very quickly, and it went to his head. He's said so himself, and he's had good friends around him who's pulled him back. And you know, I think that this is one of the things that's going to help him in the future. Is going through this. So I applaud him, and I think he's really doing well.
This one is from Chris L on Twitter, and question for all, have you seen the upcoming fan animation Children of the Night, and if so, what are your thoughts on it?
Yes. I saw the animic, I've seen some of the animation they've done, and I am really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it, being a Luna fan. So it looks awesome. I can't wait for it. I think they're like a month or two out yet, but really looking forward to that one.
I worked with Jordana before on a project. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen the Heaven's Light thing with Mando Pony as singing as a young Discord.
Yes.
I did all the sound effects in that, but that was back when I didn't have as many as I do now.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Jordana does. She's really talented, and I'm looking forward to seeing what her and her husband come out with.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. This one's from Bricky149. Question for Dusty. Will you sing for us?
Sing? What do you want me to sing?
Yeah. What
do you want?
Some Elton John.
Elton John. Oh, goodness.
Smile song, some people are saying too.
Okay. Well, I was doing rock and I was doing like metal earlier today, so my voice isn't in all that great shape. So I will try something. Okay, here we go. And Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane. I can see the red tail lights heading for Spain. Oh, and I can see Daniel waving goodbye. God, it looks like Daniel must be the clouds in my eyes. How's that?
Yes. You know, okay. What's so creepy about it is that my real name is actually Daniel.
I hope you enjoyed that. There you go.
I had to say it, man. Oh my god, that was good. That was good.
That's actually my karaoke warm-up song when I go to karaoke nights. Yeah.
And now everyone knows what my real name is.
Yay!
Yay! Still call me Screw or Screwball. I don't.
Okay, Dan.
There you go. This one is from Cowboy Dave. For you, Rob, what has been your favorite project thus far?
Definitely Epic Wub Time.
Oh yeah.
I really liked how that turned out. I guess if I could go back, I'd polish up some of the sound effects for the bass cannon. But overall, I really liked how that turned out because it was something more original than just epic mealtime. And I was so nervous when I was about to release it. I was freaking out, but I'm really glad how positive reception it got. I know in the beginning everybody's like, "Why aren't Vinyl's eyes red?" And I'm just like, I knew it was gonna happen, but at the same time, I didn't care because I don't really believe in arguing over people who, I think, to quote somebody who I saw once, they said, "F the creators, her eyes are red." And when you have that kind of logic, I'm not gonna deal with that. That's disrespectful.
Disrespectful
and just
to,
plain silly.
Yeah, disrespectful to the creators.
It is.
You don't
Or as I like
do
to
that.
call it, it's garbage, and I don't believe in it.
Thank you. Respect, people. Have respect for the show. Have respect for the people who work on it, and have respect for the creators. If you're having that kind of attitude, I don't want to talk to you.
Exactly.
I don't want you near me. Okay? If you don't have any respect for the show, if you don't have any respect for the characters, if you don't have any respect for the creators, move along. Okay?
They're the ones that brought us this show, and it's because we're here today.
That's why we're here.
Because of it.
Okay? We're here because they brought us this awesome show. Why would you disrespect them? By saying, "Oh, well, I'm not going to listen to that. Her eyes are red, blah, blah, blah. We made her eyes red, blah, blah, blah." No. Her eyes were red until the creator said, "No, they're not red. They're magenta." It's like, okay. There you go. Now you have canon. Now you work with it. Okay? You work within the show. So, everything was fun up until that happened. Okay, now her eyes are magenta. And you go on with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, even people from the show have said their eyes are magenta. So I'm like, look, her eyes are magenta. I mean, they even had the leak the week beforehand.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like, okay, so her eyes are the same eyes as Rainbow Dash. Actually, I did research.
Yeah.
I went through a whole list of all the background ponies. Magenta-colored eyes, the same eyes as Rainbow Dash, is the most popular color for background characters.
Yep.
And I mean, it's close enough to red that it works.
It works.
And I don't think it's that big of a deal. She's still a badass. It doesn't matter.
Yep. Move along. Have fun. Next.
This one's from Brony. Brony Alchemist. Question for all: how can someone who's not artistically inclined contribute to the pony fun?
Who's not artistically inclined? Well, what are you?
Well, it just depends on what your talent is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you good at?
I'm not an artist at all.
Well, RobBob is okay. He says he's not an artist, so he's good at
getting
people together. He's a good sound tech, and he's good at production. He's a good product or product manager. So therefore, what does he do? He gets all these really great people together to make really great animations, and do the sound and some voices for it. So basically, he's taken
and I write it,
and he writes it.
All the ideas, and I think that's my
So he's a writer.
What I really like is that our team, I think, I don't want to. I'm sound like I'm bragging, but I'm really impressed with how much professionalism and just good stuff that we push out that my team has. Because I mean, I work with Macan, Mando Pony, Noacking, Evan. They're all really talented people, and honestly, I'd say that if you can't do something, I don't believe in working alone. That's something that I've had some conflicts with some other people. Not conflicts, but I've had disagreements. And I believe that if you want a really good product, if you work in a team, you'll get the best.
Yep. That's really part of most of the fun within this fandom is working with other people. I mean, I've had more fun doing collaboration work on music, collaboration work on the show, than doing anything else. It's really fun working with the people from EFR and RobBob and all these other guys and doing the music than sitting here doing it by myself. It's more fun to find somebody. It's like, what do you do? Okay, find somebody who complements what you do, and get together as a team and do more great stuff. Everybody's good at something. You're good at something. Figure out what it is. I had a guy email me on YouTube. He says, I'm not really all that inclined to art or any of that stuff, but I played the trombone. And I said, you play trombone? Well, hey, look at this. Ska guy. All these guys who do ska, pony music, are probably looking for a trombone player. Go look at those guys. So I sent him off, and he said he found somebody to work with. And it's like, take what you know and what you're doing and go find somebody who's doing something similar that you can actually, contribute to. And then have a good time. And that's the way it is, man. Go find somebody who you can actually work with.
There's a saying I have in life that I try to promote to everything I do. Situation depending. It's don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah. Make horse apples happen. Okay? Don't just sit around waiting for horse apples to happen. Make it happen. Okay? Because nobody's going to make it happen unless you do. No one's going to give you the life you want unless you go out and you take it. And you
get
work
out there
for
and
it.
show yourself.
And show yourself. And meet these people, and if they have time to work with you, they will. I mean, almost everybody I've come across that said, yeah, let's do something. Mando Pony's busy. He really is, because he's trying to make a career out of what he's doing. So he's sort of come back, from doing collaborations. But there's many more people out there that are now just getting into the Brony music scene that need people to work with. And it's great. There's always people out there to work with. So figure out what you're great at or good at, and find somebody who complements it, and then go have fun.
Yeah, but also make sure that it's morally right. I mean, don't be like, oh, I can't write my own clop fiction. I need to go find a bunch of people to write, because it's still, it's, you want to find something that you feel is morally right.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel if you still question it, you should ask other people if it's morally right.
Yeah. And
then you can do from there. Because I mean,
Yeah.
If writing is your talent, you can still work with people on it. I mean, I work with people when I write stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know I usually come up with the ideas, but I work better in a team.
It's always bouncing stuff
and
off people.
And when I run my ideas past...
I just finished the song.
When I run my ideas past
Go ahead.
Mando Pony or Noacking, I always get better results than when I try to do it myself.
Absolutely. If you don't have somebody to bounce off of, you're basically with your own ideas. I just finished the song today before the show started, and as soon as I get out of here, I'm going over to Skype where all the music guys are and say, here guys, tear this apart. Tell me what's wrong, and I'll go fix it. And sure enough, they will. And the song will be better for it. And I will be a better artist for it. Because if you don't have people that can give you honest opinions on what you're doing wrong, you will never grow. Never. Okay? Next.
This shocked me, really. Theo Rack made a comment or question. I never knew this, Dusty, but are you aware that more and more of your videos on YouTube are blocked in Germany?
The reason
How do you approach that?
The reason my videos are blocked in Germany is because Germany is a police state.
Oh.
Okay. Basically, some of the music I use in my videos is owned by certain publishing houses, and those publishing houses do not have rights to promote that music in Germany. And it's only Germany It's not anywhere else in the world, okay? Germany is the only country that does this, and I don't know why. So, I'm not going to handcuff myself on what I create because Germany won't show it. Okay, I'm very sorry for that, but I do what I do because I have fun doing it. I find a song that I like to do and I go have fun doing it, and if it's not, if Germany won't publish it, that's not my fault. That's basically the publishing house doesn't have permission for it to go into Germany, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's not a dang thing I can do about it, and that's just it. Because I do what they call filk, which is changing lyrics to current songs. The publishing house still has rights to that song. I'm still doing a parody, which means I can put it up on YouTube. But that publishing house still has rights to that music. And if they don't have the right to send it into Germany, it won't go there. And that's just all there is to it. So I'm sorry for that, but there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, that's way. Yeah.
Okay, I think we got time for one more. Make it good.
More.
Make it good.
I'll make it good. This is from Cowboy Dave. Question is for you guys: Are there any side projects you are interested in working with other Brony artists / musicians on?
Go ahead, Rob.
That's a good question. Well, I mean, I'm working on Double Rainboom, but and I guess our own team has so many projects.
Yeah.
I guess none that I know of, but I know there's a bunch of good ones out there, and I definitely look forward to working with. You know what? There's some artists on DA who I really like, who I wouldn't mind working with sometime. I don't know where or how. Maybe they could do concept for future projects we do, but his name is Rick M. He does some awesome human MLP stuff. I can post his link in the chat, but I really love his human style. Mm-hmm. It's really great, and sometime I wouldn't mind actually working with him because he's just has an amazing style.
That's cool. I have so many irons in the fire right now with my own projects. I mean, I've got an album I'm trying to finish, which is like 2 songs from being done. I can't wait to get that done because you guys are gonna love it. So I'd love to have somebody animate one of my songs. It would make my day like you wouldn't believe. But it's just one of those things where all these animators are so busy doing their own stuff. You know, I don't want to talk to them about it. And I love working with the people I'm working with now. I work with Denotive, and I work with Cyril Lyric, and I work with all of these guys on my music, and it's awesome. And I love doing it. It's so much fun. But you know, I'd love to work with Mando Pony, but he's really professional, and what I do is pretty much amateurish. You know, what I do is nowhere near what he does. So it's one of those things where if I could work with Mando Pony, I've got my friend Mick Collins in New York is actually, he says he wants to write me a song. He's a professional musician, so if he writes me a song, an original song, I just can't wait to work with him. And he has nothing to do with Pony at all. So if you want to say a side project, I would love it if he sends me a song, because he said he would. But he's a very, very busy professional musician. He's recording his latest album right now. Plus, he's a lead on a clothing line. Plus, he's producing for other people. Plus, he's doing something else. So I actually got to sit down with him for about 5 hours on Thursday before BronyCon, because I flew in early just basically to see him, because I hadn't seen him in 5 years. He'd either been doing music or on tour or whatever. And he's another Detroiter, and we met 20 years ago. And it was wonderful to catch up with him. But just one of those things where if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'd really love it for it to happen. But we'll see. And with that, we are at the end of the show.
Boo.
Boo. I know, we were having so much fun. So, we're going to go with the weekly call-out sheet of shows that you can look forward to coming up here on Everfree Radio. And we're going with Reading Rainbow. Well, actually, you know what? Reading Rainbow's on an off week, because it's a bi-weekly show. So, Reading Rainbow will be next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and that is going to be a radio play of famous, really good fanfic. So, catch that. Their first show is up on the channel, so check it out. Cutie Art Crusaders, the CAC, will discuss the best fan art bronies have to offer Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific every week. Then we're going to go with the EQI guys, Equestrian Inquirer, comedy and news straight from the desk in Ponyville. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Sketchy Sounds live songcast will play live for you for 2 hours on Thursday nights. Actually, it's Thursday, 11 Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, mid-afternoon, excuse me. Brony Breakdown, Thursdays. Saber, Spark, and Paleo will break down everything that went through in Brony on the week. That will be 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on Thursdays. Luna Republic Takeover Nightmare Moon will take over this very radio station for all of your requests. Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Saturday Night Songs with Michelle Kraber. That has Mando Pony. And she is the voice actress of Apple Bloom and the singing voice of Sweetie Belle. And she will be Saturdays, 4 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. A State of Brony is your trance, electro, and house music show. Get your 70s can headphones out because you're going to need it for that show. That is Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And then Radiant Eclipse ends the week as a podcast Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So, that is your call out for the week. And we are here at the end of the show yet again. Robbie Bobby.
Yes.
Thank you for taking time out of your family vacation to be here
Thank you.
with us tonight.
It's always a pleasure, Dusty.
Absolutely. And keep us informed. If you have anything you want to talk about on the show for 2-3 minutes, let me know. And we'll pop you in.
We just keep an eye on our Tumblr
Mm-hmm.
and our Twitter. We'll be releasing more updates on Epic Crossover Time, Uncle Chan Adventures over the next month or so. And we'll also be releasing that show with Vinyl and Octavia.
Awesome.
But thanks again for stopping by, everybody.
Absolutely. Thanks for everybody. And Screwball, another wonderful show. Thank you, my friend. And with that, for everybody here at Everfree Radio, and for everybody at Everfree Northwest, I love you. And I'll see you there for the manliest voice acting panel in the world.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We hate to leave you, but we'll be back soon. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Good night.